Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're going to explore angels. So, every time I queue up Explore these days, I think every 1 out of 2 games happen to be against the Explore Angel deck. So, I want to revisit this with better lands now that I have crafted some of the lands or pulled some of the lands out of the pack and adjust kind of the deck list a little bit. So, let's look at this new version of Explore Angels that runs kind of, I hope, more smoothly because the life gain in the early game can have better payoff with some of the cards, and with Collect the Company, we're able to kind of bring out all kind of that burst angel life gain all at once, along with Kayla's Reconstruction. So here's what the deck list looked like. In the early game, we got 2 Speaker of Heaven, just 2, not 4, because well, we don't have that many life gain in that early of a game, and the Speaker of the Heaven is kind of a dead card until we can get the +7 life trigger to actually utilize, or not trigger, the criteria to actually utilize the 4/4 angels, right? Kind of a threshold, but not graveyard threshold. Then in the 2-drop, of course, we have 4 Giada, 4 Youthful Valkyrie, and 4 Bishop of Wings, the typical angel combo. Now, one thing that I really wanted to talk about, and something that is still, it's a little bit of a learning curve for me, and it is something of an experience that you have to have when playing this deck, is, well, if you have Giada and Youthful Valkyrie on play, or in your hand, which one do you play first? Because if you have Youthful Valkyrie in play, when you play Giada, Youthful Valkyrie gets +1/+1. But if you have Giada in play, and you play Youthful Valkyrie also gets +1/+1. So, obviously, when you look at it, when you look at that, it's better to have Giada in play first, because Giada gives you an extra mana to cast your angel spells. On the other side of that, a 2/2 is a lot easier to kill than a 1/3. So there is a lot of learning curve that I'm still figuring out. And then in the 3-drop, we cut one of the Inspiring Overseer in order to fit a Speaker of the Heaven. Inspiring Overseer is pretty good to get us card draw, but 3 mana 2/1 in a lot of scenario is not that good, so we have to make sure that when we land Inspiring Overseer, we have a Useful Valkyrie or a Giada to actually pump it, or pump the Valkyrie, so that it's not just a 3 mana 2/1, but a 3 mana 3/2, which is acceptable. Then, of course, we need to have 4 Righteous Valkyrie, 4 Resplendent Angel, and 4 Skyclave Apparition, the typical 4-offs in the deck. I also cut 1 Kayla's Reconstruction for the Speaker of Heaven, because Kayla's Reconstruction is kind of a dead card when you have too many of in your hand, and it's a sorcery, so unlike Collect the Company, we have to play it on our turn. So, pay 3 and X, look at the top X cards of our library for... look at the top 7 cards. Put X artifact and or creature with mana value 3 or less, which is the whole deck. But when you pay 2, right? This costs 5. Basically, look at the top 7. Put 5 or put 2 3 mana or less creatures. So imagine a best case scenario, right? You would pay 5 for 2 Righteous Valkyrie, or Righteous Valkyrie or Bishop of Wings, or Righteous Valkyrie or Resplendent Angel. It's fantastic, but it costs 5, and in Explore, a lot of times, turn 5 is your last turn. Unless you can get out of a jam that you're in, that's just it. That's the end of the game. So you gotta be careful with that. And Collect the Company, way better card, comes out turn 4 on your opponent's turn. It's an instant. Look at the top 6, put 2 creatures with mana value 3 or less. So this gets artifact, this gets only creatures, but we only have creatures, so this is better. And that's why we have 4 of. 2 Emeria's call for a late game sort of angel burst if we need it, but otherwise just MDFC land. And then because we have 2 MDFC lands, we have 22 other lands total in the deck. 2 Cave of Frost Dragon, 1 Eiganjo, 3 Plains, 1 Boseiju, and almost the whole deck is white, right? So we need a lot more white mana, which is why we have 3 Plains and no forest. We got 2 Branch Off Pathway, 4 Brushlands, 2 Overgrown Farmland, 4 Razor Verge Thicket, 1 Temple Garden, and then 2 Nykthos. So everything, every land in this deck, other than the Nykthos and the Boseiju, every other land is capable of producing white. So we only have 3 lands that's not capable of producing white, which should be fine. We should be able to get the white mana when we need it. Nykthos is very, very good to help us cast Kayla's Reconstruction, so that's another thing in mind. That's the whole deck list. Also, I cut it 2 Nykthos, so I only run 2 instead of 4 Nykthos because of the weird land match. Not match, but the weird land mixture in the deck. So, I don't want too many Nykthos, otherwise I'll not be able to cast white spells. And our devotion to white isn't that high. So, let's go and try to find our first opponent. Rathic. Hello, Rathic. We got Cave, Overgrown Farmland, and an Emeria's Call. I think I will keep this hand, because we do have technically 3 lands. Not great 3 lands, but 3 lands still. So we play Bishop into Youthful Valkyrie? No. Bishop into Resplendent. Still not very good. Don't gain the 5 life. Well, we'll see. Let's see what our opponent is. We only have 2 1-drops in the deck, so we can't really hope to get 1-drops early game that easily. And we have a turn 1 tap land. It's a lot of Resplendent. Turn 1 tap land into turn 2 untap land and turn 3 untap land. That should suffice, but if they're mono blue, well, this is a cool art. Artsy. Alright, oh boy. Oh boy. I think we should probably play... So here's the thing, right? The Bishop of Wings is good, but it does not aggro our opponent. This Youthful Valkyrie is also good, but it also doesn't aggro our opponent. If they just hold up a counterspell every time, then we don't really have much. So let's play it this way. With a counterspell heavy deck, we gotta be a little bit careful, but since they're blue-red, on turn 3, they don't have very good access to 4 damage. They do have a lot of 3 damage spells. Alright, CC's pretty good. CC's Collected Company, by the way. So we will attack, and then maybe draw a counterspell with the Resplendent. Okay, well, he is really roping on my combat phase with 3 mana. This is definitely a counterspell. I don't think they will play Alron's Epiphany. Rathic. What if it's a Doomscar, right? This will probably just get countered. But we gotta force him to play stuff. Divide by 0. Oh, that's even worse. Okay. Well, if he wants a card draw, he's gonna eat it next turn. I don't think he's gonna card draw. Yep, no card draws here. Guess we'll go for another attack. So play it again. And we'll have it get countered. Just counter it. You know you wanna. The thing is, they use Divide by 0, which I don't know. Does that mean they don't have a counterspell? Big score. Okay. Is it Alron's Epiphany deck? Huh. Fading Hope. So we get a Resplendent out. We don't gain a life, but... Fable. Okay, they got 3 mana. They can still counter our spells, so... Gotta be careful. Oh boy, these kind of counterspell deck, they're good. But the thing is, when I play those kind of deck, I never get those kind of draws. So, I hope my opponent also doesn't have the good draws, but likely they do. He's taking the damage, so we'll play a Bishop of Wings. He didn't counter that. Then we'll play a Youthful Valkyrie. Would he counter a Youthful Valkyrie? He'll definitely counter another Resplendent Angel, right? Oh boy, I think we just die next turn anyways if they have a combo. They just have a lot of Fading Hope. To the top. Whoa, okay. Not great for us. Not great for us at all. He's really holding back on that counterspell. But this is the combo turn. They got 6 mana, 7 mana with the attack, 8 mana with a land. Ugh. I never get these kind of draws. This is like perfect draws. All the counter spells, all the removal. You got a Foretold card. Tempo's on board. This is the problem with this deck that I've never had to face. My opponent always seemed to have it. Very salty. Hey, this combos pretty well with Fading Hope. I will block it. It may not be smart because it can pump it or deal 1 damage, but the life gain might matter a lot more to me. So they got 5 mana. Oh boy. Okay. 5 mana is a lot. Do we play the Youthful Valkyrie just to get that extra pump? He lets it out. Wait, 3 life. It's pretty obvious we have CC, right? But let's see if they think about it. Oh boy. I think they got it. I think they got it. This is when they have the combo next turn. Can't really stop it unless they do something dumb like big scoring right now. They're holding up 5 mana. I'm not playing a Collect the Company into 5 mana. But if they big score, I will play into 1 treasure. No, alright. Fable flips are so good. And they just got all the stops. Brawl. Whenever they counter, they get to draw a card. They still have 6 mana. Oh, jeez. They can play all runs. Another Fable. Do I want to CC into a counterspell right now? I don't think so. Not into a Fable, it doesn't do anything. Alright, I will force him to use his counterspell. I don't think he'll have a 4 mana counterspell, right? His spell costs 1 less, so... Wait, fine. There is a divide by 0. Goes back to my hand though. Okay, so he's got 2 mana. Will he just goes for another? He has a counterspell for sure, right? That's what he's doing. We can gain life. And then he'll bounce this for 6 mana. Oof. Okay, if I play Collect the Company here, I'll probably die to whatever's on board. He can cast a 3 mana spell right now. A 3 mana spell. Does he have another? Divide by 0? He does have a counterspell or something. Does he have another Fading Hope? No, he just lets it out. That's a big buff to the board. We got Reconstruction. He's at 4, and we get a 4/4 Angel with Vigilance. And we have a pretty big board, so I wonder what he can do now. If it's a combo deck, he can still burst me out, right? He's at 4, but Izzet does not necessarily have life gain. So, I guess we'll find out. If we draw a land, we'll probably CC with the Resplendent as a backup. If we don't draw a land, it probably will be better to Kayla, because that would be 3. And if nothing happens, and somehow I needed to get 1 extra damage in, we do have Cave of Frost Dragon as a 3/4. So, I hate playing against counterspell decks, but, you know, it's always good to play counterspell decks. And I feel like the fact that there are a lot of counterspell decks in the meta is good. It forces the meta to kind of slow down and for people to think about it and not get too greedy with their combos. But also, I don't like it when it's just super aggro kind of games. Now, he's got a lot of mana. He's got a lot of mana this way. Does he have... if he has Aurons, then he'll probably copy everything, right? So let me kill things this way so that the one he wants to copy is dead. And I get spirits. He's still at 4, and he has no flyers. Aurons give him 2/1/1s. But he doesn't copy the Auron. I think he could copy the Auron. Ah, there it is. I can't do it when I'm playing the deck. Okay, he gets 3 extra turns. But we are at 22. So let's see, that's 6, we block 2, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. And then he can copy a bunch. Alright, that's GG. Opponent has it. Nothing else we can say about that. Did not get off to an early start, so that is our fault. But also, I never get those kind of, you know, combos when I'm playing the Auron deck. And that's just disgusting. The Baral's pretty good, though. I mean, maybe it's because I did not tune the Auron deck well enough. Baral, I don't know if that's good enough. It's weird, right? Because Baral's very good at the reducing part. But it also, it comes to mind that there's a counterspell side of Baral. That he has no counterspells. He just have Divide by 0, which had a lot of. And Divide by 0 hurts our deck a lot because we don't get to play our spells. Gehifa. We're gonna go first. Tap land. 3 mana. Good enough. Giganta, huh? Dossies? Well, there goes my CC, but that's fine. I got a lot of 3 mana drops. It would be wrong not to take the CC, but who knows? Maybe he has 2. Are you just looking at my cards? Come on. You can't take lands. Valkyrie. Interesting. He didn't take the CC. He's probably looking to kill the Resplendent Angels one by one. This is a 3/3, right? Can he kill a 3/3 with the Bloodtide Harvester? Would it be better if I draw a card first? Ah, can't play the land. Against Rakdos. It's interesting. I don't know if I want to trade. I probably don't. He could also Fatal Push, but I don't think Fatal Pushing and Inspiring Overseer is what he's looking to do. This is a dead draw, though. Razorverse stick it at the worst time. That's my experience drawing with any deck, right? Tap land at the worst time. At least our opponent is thinking. So he is going to Fatal Push. Interesting. I mean, Fatal Push on a 2-1. No Fatal Push. Which is Oven, though. Do I trade with the Blood-Tide Harvester? What is his plan? Sack a creature. Well, if he has no creatures, it's a lot harder for him to get things out. Alright. Push the envelope a little bit more, and then we can start CCing. Wow. Okay, he needs that 4 mana for something. Is it the end? Oh, please not be the end. That'd be very bad for me, but... Mayhem Devil. And then the Kitty Cat. No, Thoughtseize. Well, good luck. I got 2 of each. Or just quit. That works. Okay, so opponent's playing Rakdos kind of weird. The attack there made no sense at all. I don't know why he attacked with the Blood-Tide Harvester. I would not have attacked. That was a huge mistake. Trading a 3-2 for a 2-1 just because mine costs 3 mana is not smart, because 2-1 is very easy to pin, especially if you have the Mayhem Devil, right? It's very easy to ping it with the sack on the oven. He didn't do it. Now we're playing against a string of numbers. Is our opponent a bot? I know greens, but also 2 mana. I don't know if we can... Oh, will we draw a 3rd land? This is kind of risky, huh? You know what? We're not playing ranked. Whatever. If we don't draw a 3rd land, I'll just quit. And we'll play the next game. This is not a hand you should keep if you're playing in a tournament. But we're playing against a bot, so... Yeah. No land, but... Bishop. Wow. Sylvan Scry, Simic. If we had a 3rd land, we would have capitalized it so hard. But of course we don't. Fake 3rd land. Playing his Lotus Field. Second Scry, and then play the Lotus Field. There's a Lotus Field deck after all. Alright, we get like 1 more turn, right? So we got a Righteous Valkyrie. Okay, we got to attack first. If we had a 3rd and a 4th land, this would be a different kind of game, but we don't. That dealt 3 damage either way, huh? If I played it with the Righteous Valkyrie first, it would have dealt 3 damage either way. So... what's the plan anyways? You can copy the Lotus Field. What can I do with... Oh, he's cycling. Interesting. Oh, that untaps? Jesus. Okay. Is he just gonna board wipe me? If he board wipes me, I quit. So, nice bot. If you got a Supreme Verdict, just do it. Look at the top 4 cards. He's gonna use it again. Now he's just gonna copy the Lotus Field. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is not 16. I don't know if I can get anywhere to boost it to enough. Right? 5 plus 4 is 9. Plus it's not enough. Nowhere near enough. We still don't draw the lands either. That's just... We drew more Youthful Valkyries than lands. If he wipes the board, we get 3/1/1s. Which is not enough. I was wondering if I was gonna get a green for CC. Apparently, I'm not gonna get a land either. Yeah, untap two lands. Good for you. You got a great combo there. I couldn't have played 2 angels that turn, right? Could I play Resplendent and got 2 angels? 5, 3. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to play Resplendent there. Opponent choose one of those cards, shuffle that card, and you may cast the other 2 cards without paying mana cost. Nice. Nice. That's a good play. I mean, okay. Our opponent had the best draws, but, you know. Chandra isn't that good. Search your library for a card. Put it into your hand and shuffle. Put a card. Okay. No omniscience for you. So he's got 1 black mana. If he gets Chandra out, he kind of wins anyways, right? Because he gets 3 mana, he might have an untapped spell. And he can search for a useful card, and then that's game. Yeah. Chandra, there's Mastermind Acquisition. Did he play it in reverse? Well, I guess he doesn't get to trigger it. So, Mastermind Acquisition first. He gets to search his library for a card. I don't like... I mean, okay, our opponent had the best draws to get whatever he needed, and we didn't get an extra land to burst him out.
Someone had to save the day.
But I also don't like their deck that much, because it's kind of weird to have Lotus Field and Omniscience. It's like you have all this mana, and then you're trying to cheat out. Well, not even cheat out, just hard cast on Omniscience. What's the point? Yeah, okay. GG. Like I said, I don't like their deck too much. This Angel deck beat him on 2 lands. So, yeah, I mean, I can see why this deck is very strong, because the burst damage is actually huge with a wide board, right? So, I was hoping for a Supreme Verdict for our... Well, not hoping. I was fearing for a Supreme Verdict on our opponent's side, and I was thinking that a Supreme Verdict was going to kill us, but they just didn't have it. So, there's a whole deck list. I would recommend you try out this deck. It's very strong. 24 lands. It definitely has enough lands. You're going to get games like that where you only have 2 lands, but you saw how scary we were with just 2 lands. We drew 3 Youthful Valkyries. We couldn't play any of them. If we had an extra land there, that would have been 2 Youthful Valkyrie in 1 turn. And if they were to board wipe, the Bishop of Wing will give us 1/1s. And 1/1s will kill them because they were at 4. So board wipe was not good enough. And that was the deck. That, you know, very oppressive, super overwhelming board. You got to have a board wipe to kill kind of deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me on this Friday Night Explore. I hope you're having a great holiday, and I'll see you guys next time.